I think we underestimate the transformative power of habits in our marriage, in our daily life. And so it's useful from time to time to pause and think, what are some habits that I've maybe taken on that aren't as healthy? And what are some good habits that I could adopt? And so that I can have a long-term change. As a married couple, ideally, we would have all the right habits and get rid of all the bad habits, right? We would pursue each other, we would pray together, we would read scripture together, we would disciple each other, disciple our kids together. We'd have date nights, we'd have connecting conversations, right? We would have perfect rhythms around our sex life, ideally, and never skip a beat there. That's the ideal. But the reality is life doesn't always allow us to have perfect habits.
So starting out, something might be really hard to kind of wrap our head around.
Right.
And we might want to give up. But you're saying the more consistent that we are at it,
Right.
the easier it gets, the more fruit we begin to see.
Yes. Go into it thinking, how can I go deeper here, instead of just maybe talking about the business of life or whatever's easiest, but really seek those meaningful avenues.
When I'm checking in with you, I'm saying, hey, how did that go today? Or how did that meeting go that you were hoping to have with this person? Or I know you're meeting with this guy. Did you guys pray together? How's that? And so you begin this familiar path of conversation together, and then you're able to dive deeper.
Right.
I think with our marriage, we're kind of always asking the Lord how we can be ministering to each other and how we can be discipling each other and discipling our kids and our family. And so there's always that. There's a lot to be stirred, but I think that's probably the primary area. I think sharing what's going on in your heart and the struggles that you're having and how we can be praying for each other. You can also record how God has answered that prayer, or how you've just been asking him to help you be steadfast during those trials.
Yeah, so I think that actually brings to bear this reality that it's not just sex you're planning for and scheduling for.
Right.
Intimacy is full spectrum.
It may feel unfamiliar, it may feel uncomfortable those first few times. Just keep at it, at it. It'll get more familiar. You'll start seeing other opportunities to have creative, fun dates, and you'll be so excited to tell your spouse about doing them. So just be encouraged in that.
Yeah, and a place of contentment. I think that's the biggest prayer for us as of late, is that God would just give us hearts of contentment that are content in him, content to steward what he's given us and not always looking side to side, trying to find the next best thing or to compete with the Joneses, so to speak, but just to be content in what he's given us. Not complacent, but content.
Yeah.
We're not called to be consumers, we're called to be stewards. Not for our own gain, not for our own selfish reasons, but for God's glory. That money is everywhere. It's a tool. It's like air. Like you breathe it, it's a tool, and that's it. It's not an end in itself. Praying those prayers together, but then building a habit of serving.
Right.
It's not something that happens once, but build a habit and rhythm of service.
Right. It's the fruit that is ultimately born out of spending time in the Word, spending time with the Lord. And then having this place to be able to serve one another, to serve together in unity, and to serve those around us in our community.